Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again. Another edition of Inside the Headset. Here we are at Week 10, Game 10, and I got on the line with me, the head coach of the Purple Wave, head coach Thomas McDaniel. How you doing, Coach Mac?
How you doing, Stuart?
I'm doing well. Well, you're at 7-2. It's our final coaches show. You've got a big one coming up here in a couple of days. But talk about the win you got over St. Benedict, and then you got one over Memphis Catholic since we last talked.
Yeah, we have had two games. St. Benedict 2 weeks ago and then Memphis Catholic last week. Both of them were not very competitive football games. St. Benedict, like I told you earlier, had a new coach. Great guy, Coach Cooley, very successful at his time at Ridgeway, but they don't have the depth right now or the personnel to hang with some of the teams in our league. But he's doing a good job of trying to get them better, and the kids played hard, whatever. But we went and took care of business there, played really well defensively, played good in spots on offense. I thought sporadic at other times, but that tends to be the story of our year. And then last week we just played an outmatched team in Memphis Catholic, team that doesn't have very many numbers and just a program that was for a long time very successful for years, and then went through some transition, and they're trying to get back going. And I think we did a contract with them to kind of help them get football going back financially for them, and it's just not a competitive game. So it was a great opportunity last Friday to let our young kids play and see a lot of action under the lights on homecoming. But quite frankly, there wasn't a lot for us to learn from that one, and it wasn't very exciting. So I don't really know how much better we've gotten over the course of the last 3 weeks, but we'll find out for sure on Friday night.
Well, I mean, and that's just gets to what I was going to ask you. I mean, where do you think you are, Coach Mack? Win or lose on Friday night, where are you on going into the playoffs and your road there?
Well, I mean, I don't know where we are as far as physically. We're fine. We've not sustained many injuries. I think we're pretty healthy, all things considered, for this time of year. Mentally, I don't know where we are until we get through this ball game. I think it'll be a battle, that's for sure. It's going to definitely be a tough game for us. We're coming in as a pretty heavy underdog, I think, and rightfully so. MUS is 9-0. They're going to win the league regardless of this one. We really, if we were to find a way to beat MUS, it would be a three-way tie on our end of the division for number one. But as far as seeding goes, they would get the first seed because they have the best overall record. So
right.
I don't. People can whine about whatever. Then the next indicator is head-to-head, and then so it obviously would go to the 2-3 seed for us and Briarcrest. If Briarcrest beat us head-to-head. So bottom line, like I've told you, as cliche as it may sound, and as many people that may roll their eyes or get upset with me, we've made the bed that we've got to lie in, and which would basically mean win or lose, we're going to host a first-round game against St. Benedict. Second round, we're going to travel to Nashville and play NBA more than likely. So, I have had multiple people ask me, does MUS rest their people, or how do you get up for a game that really doesn't mean anything? And people that ask that question either A, have never been involved in any athletic competition, or B, have no idea about the importance of the Christian Brothers MUS rivalry. So, to me, there's plenty at stake. I don't, as far as our team overall, I don't know where we are because we just haven't played. At the level of the competition hasn't been where it needs to be for us to get evaluated for what we're going to see this Friday. So, and that's, again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just MUS is a very talented team. And, you can start sluggish against St. Benedict and fumble the ball once and throw an interception and still come out and be 28-0 at halftime. You fumble the ball and throw an interception early against MUS, and you dug yourself a hole that you're probably not climbing out of. So, we need this challenge. I personally am excited to see where we are as a team. I mean, ultimately it's my responsibility, but I think collectively, really, it's our entire team's responsibility, starting with our senior class and our leaders on where this season ends, finalized for us. But as I've told you multiple times, and I've said to parents and players alike, our season is not going to be defined on the number of wins. It's going to be defined on whether or not we reach our full potential. And I don't know where our full potential is because we've yet to even come close to it. We had some moments of greatness. We played really well at times against LaSalle, but we really didn't play overall that great of a football game. So I think our best football is yet to be played. And unless we put it all together on this Friday, it's going to be hard to determine what is our, what is our level of greatness. And so I'm just excited to play against a team that is going to give us our best effort. We're going to be challenged in all three phases of the game. They're very physical. I think they prided themselves, last year, and I think they'll do the same this year on trying to match our physicality at the line of scrimmage and stop our running game. And, they're very versatile on the offensive side of spreading the football and getting the ball on the perimeter to a lot of people. So hopefully, it'll be a lot like last year. Come down to a couple minor plays and a couple big plays in the kicking game and field position. So everything that you would consider to be important in the big games like this. But this is the game that, a lot of our kids grow up wanting to be a part of. This is much like the Oakland-Riverdale rivalry that was for so long. This is the type of game that as a coach you're, always hoping that you get to coach in a game like this. And whether they're 9-0 and we're 7-2, and whether you think nothing's on the line or not, to me, everything's on the line. We got to win the game. This would be the third year in a row that we would have a chance of beating MUS, and we need to go get this victory.
Well, let me ask you this. Now that you know kind of what the way the game's going to play out as far as, kind of the way I guess TSSAA kind of sets it and everything. So does that kind of change your mindset on how you'll schedule your games going into this next contract?
I wish it could, but unfortunately.
Are they scared? I mean, if you told them, guys, I can get us a game against Siegel, or I can get us a game against whoever. I mean, are they willing to play that game even though we're both 3 hours away, or whomever it may be, that where you can get a little bit of a challenge, but you might lose a game.
Right. Well, to answer that question, that's a pretty broad question, but the answer is this. It's ironic. I was talking to my athletic director today. So our league that we're in is just a 4-team league. And then you have the city schools that are going to be combined into a 9-team league, which is your Whitehaven, White Station, Germantown, Houston, Arlington, Bartlett, those schools.
Okay.
And so essentially they have 8 league games. They only have to find 2 games.
Right.
One of those 2 games, they either A, don't want to play a private school, or B, don't want to play us. But we're going to have a hard time scheduling those types of teams, which are going to be on the level of what we should be playing.
Right.
And then, the lower city school, some of the lower city schools that you can buy games from that we have in the past, we haven't gotten anything out of those games. And as far as we don't get any growth or any challenge. So we're
not
really,
much of a gate either. I mean, they're not bringing that many fans if they know they're getting killed.
No. So that's hard. And then your 3, 4, 5A teams, there's not many of them over here. Now, to answer your question as far as can we play a Rutherford County team, yeah, or a Middle Tennessee team, yeah, we could, and it's something that we'll explore for sure. My administration is open to us playing anything, but we're in the same boat here that they're in there, and that they've got a tough enough schedule. The bottom line is this: everybody wants to schedule win, and you can slice it however you want, but when you get out of league play, everybody wants to schedule games they think they can win. We're, it's like I told my AD today, we're just good enough that nobody wants to play us, but we're really, I'm not bad poor mouthing our team. We're not that good. I mean, we don't need to be playing a
It's like they'll say you're a tweener. You're in between now. You're a tweener.
Yeah, I mean, we're not where we need to be playing every other week in a gauntlet, but because of depth and whatever else. But where we're faced right now, to be honest with you, is we're going to end up having to play a team out of New Orleans, St. Paul Catholic, which is a very good program.
Right.
We're going to end up playing CBC out of St. Louis, which is a state champion multiple years over. All right. We're going to have to possibly play Rummel out of New Orleans. So now we're going to Missouri once and having 2 New Orleans games. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the TSSAA expect us, and I say us I'm talking about Division II altogether. That's why the whole conversation of the BA Innsworth, which I never thought carried much weight, but the reason that they even bluffed that to begin with was because they could play down and have a much easier time scheduling games. And you and I both know, I mean, it's getting into a different discussion. Right. The last group that the TSSAA is going to help is Division II, all right? And when I was in Division I, I could have cared less about the Division II schools. Ironically, now I'm in Division II, and all I care about is Division II. So I fully am aware that you're only worried about what affects you. But I guess what the reality of it is, if they're going to make teams go and have to travel a long way and schedule games that cost a lot of money, well, they might as well make the Division II teams. There's not many of them in there. That they obviously have the means to travel, whatever. So they're not going to disrupt the public school sector. I think you get into a different conversation with the private school playing in the public school.
I think, does it get down
to... My take on it is, I mean, if you're going to split it, fully split it. If you're a private school, go play in the private school league. If you're in a public school, and I think most of the public school coaches feel the same way. If you're a public school, go play in the public school league. But then you have these people that are private school but play in the public school. And then so therefore all the private school league is very watered down, and you have these 3 small leagues, and then you could probably form if Brentwood Academy and Innsworth have dropped down, we probably could have formed back a super league and had a Super 7 or Super 8 or Super 9, and then we probably all would have done it, but it'd been no different driving to Chattanooga than for me driving to Missouri or to New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But for us, we're going to have to find 7 non-league games, and that's just impossible. So, the argument to me was made today, well, you could play 8 or 9 games and just play 8 or 9. Well, that's easy to say, but, I mean, these kids wake up every morning at 5:30 and go work out. We only get 10 of them. We want to lose one of those? I mean, it's just, it's absurd. So, I'm resting a lot of this on my athletic director who's been doing this for a long time. I think we'll end up being able to find the right mix in our schedule. But we are in a place in our program right now where we're just good enough that we don't need to be playing. There's a lot of teams we don't need to be playing because we're not going to get anything out of it. But we're not deep enough and developed enough physically or with our numbers to be playing a gauntlet schedule week in and week out of top 15 teams in the state, if that makes sense, what I'm saying. So
well, sure.
Finding that happy medium, and then within that, I'm fully aware everybody wants to schedule wins. So not to say they don't want to schedule us because they don't think they can beat us. There's a lot of teams that could beat us probably, but they want to find the games that are easy wins, and we're probably just good enough right now that we would be a challenge for most people. So it's frustrating. I don't know what our schedule's going to look like. Of course, TSSAA tells you don't do anything until after the middle of November, but, I mean, everybody's already scrambling for games. And, I'm really back where I was when I was at Oakland when we went through that spell where we were – we went through a spell at Oakland where we were having to buy games. And that was just ridiculous. I mean, so it just is what it is. I can't worry about that right now. Only thing I'm worried about is trying to get to Friday night at 7 o'clock. So it's going to be a great challenge for us. Like I said, I'm super excited to see. We need this test. We need to be on the big stage, and let's just see really where we are, because the last time we were on a big stage, we laid an egg, and we need to hopefully get that taste out of our mouth going into the playoffs. And then, as far as drawing a 1 seed in the second round and playing NBA, I've said it at Oakland. We're not going to get second round or quarterfinal T-shirts made. If you're going to be the best, you got to beat the best at some point anyway. So, if you want to pad your record or get this X number of wins in the playoffs, that's really not what. I don't get any justification for that. I'm just saying, let's go and play NBA and see where we are. And on any given day, a team can be beat, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But we're just. I think our kids are focused on MUS, and hopefully, we go out and play our best. And if we're not better than them and we don't win, I'm okay with that. But I think if we go and play well, we make it a heck of a game, and it should be a lot of fun.
I know you've got some new advancements on your facilities. Things are going in the right direction. But overall, just where are you on your brand? You're in your second year in private school. Where is Coach Mack as far as where you'd like to be, where you need to be, all those things? Take it away.
Yeah, I would say we're probably. I mean, based off of most people's perception or their evaluation of what they tell me, I think everybody thinks we're, coaches, players, program wide. We've done a good job. Whatever. We were 9-3 last year. We're sitting at 7-2 this year. I hate going back to it, but I mean the reality is we've lost one game that I felt like we shouldn't have lost, and that was 3 weeks ago. And you're not getting that one back. Program-wise, I mean, I think we're in a really good spot. We're very young. As I told you, we basically bring everybody back on defense except for one player. We bring back we bring back 4 of our 5 offensive linemen. We bring back several receivers. I mean, we lose our quarterback and bring back both tailbacks, though. So, I mean, we're going to have a good football team next year.
Right.
But a lot of that's going to be predicated on the schedule that we get as well. But, as far as the school goes and just overall, I mean, I couldn't be happier. Great support, unbelievable group of people I get to work with. Just being, like I said, the all-boy environment, I've told you before, is very different, very unique. I'm blessed to be working there every day. And so I've been very fortunate to have great jobs everywhere I've been. My job at Oakland was great. Oakland was an unbelievable school. This is a different type of job, obviously, but the move has been good for me. It's been good for my family. And, I feel really good about where we're headed with our program. Like you said, the facilities, all that stuff's nice. I mean, I've got an unbelievable complex to be a part of. I had nothing to do with it. I just show up and open the door every day. So it's nice to just be able to walk in and focus on football. But it's a good place to call home. I'm very fortunate to work there. And every day's a blessing.
Well, talk about the guys that never get any credit. They're seniors and stuff, and this will be our last show. So talk about these guys. Some of these guys that don't get in the paper that much, but they've been digging in ever since you got there and bought into the program and have become a Purple Wave and come along with you.
Yeah, I think our defensive leaders, Ryan Thomas, and one of our inside linebackers, really good player. Had 2 solid years for us. I sometimes wish he would be a little bit more vocal. He doesn't have enough. He doesn't take the reins as much as I'd like to see him at times, but he's a really solid player, very coachable, always had a smile on his face. I had him in class last year. He's one of the kids that I'll definitely always remember in my time at Christian Brothers because he's kind of been in it with me for these 2 years and really done things the way I wanted them done. And I've talked about our quarterback before. Our quarterback's a real important part of our team, very good football player. I think as he goes, we go. If he plays really well, we have a chance. If he doesn't play well, we got problems. So, I mean, he has a lot of pressure on him. He's an ultra-competitive kid, great demeanor, good personality. Younger brother's going to be playing for me for 2 more years, and he's got a real bright future. So Keegan's going to be sorely missed. And then, we got a good senior class in the sense of we have 18 seniors, but really only 4 or 5 that are actual contributors. Greg Woodness, he plays wide receiver, has done a great job. Very much the kind of antithesis of what you want a good teammate to be. Steady guy on the perimeter for us, catches the ball when it's thrown his way. Made big plays for us when he's had to go in and play defense at times. But a lot of our seniors, like I said, about 13 of them don't really play a true varsity role for us. But they've been great teammates. All of them have been very involved in our scout teams and have understood their role and made the most of it. So that's kind of the thing about our senior class that's been the most impressive to me is, I've always heard and always been told, how you're going to fit in the private sector and how you're going to make all the parents happy and what happens when you make the wrong parent mad. I've had absolutely not one bit of that. And
that's great. I mean, listen, it's rampant in some other schools. Don't think it is.
Yeah, but it's not here. And so the kids that don't play, they don't play for a reason. I think they understand the kids that are playing why they're playing, and the kids that are playing have been very open and hardworking about contributing in the way that they can help us best in practice. And the parents have all been very supportive, and whether it be through our team meals or whether it be through travel or whether it be through the circumstances that I've had to deal with my mother and our family, football program has been phenomenally supportive. I've got parents even tonight taking my parents' dinner. And, I just couldn't ask for a better football family as far as just the overall support and love they give not just my family but our whole players, coaches, the whole deal.
Well, it wouldn't be complete if I didn't ask this question. It's getting close to Halloween, and I know that's one of your favorite times of the year. So, you've been the Wizard of Oz. You've been a lot of different things. What are we going as this year?
We always go, well, now that she's old enough, we're going on whatever Emma wants to do, and that typically seems to be thematically what goes on with our life. Whatever Emma wants to do, we do. But she's gotten into the superhero. I'm not sure what's going on with the superhero thing because she doesn't watch it much, but she was stuck on being Supergirl. So she's Supergirl. Jessica's going to be Wonder Woman. I feel like I'm built like Batman, so I'll go as Batman. And then Vivian's going to be Batgirl or something. And she doesn't know it yet, but my mom's going to go. If we got to get a wheelchair, she's going to something. So we're going to have the whole superhero gang. And I never was a big comic book guy, but, as a lot of people know, when you start having kids, you do a lot of things that you never thought you would do. So I will put my bat suit on happily, and we'll have a big time with it.
Coach McDaniel, we always enjoy you. I'll talk to you a little bit later on, but thank you so much for your time all this season, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I always look forward to it on Wednesday night.
Yeah, buddy. We'll talk soon. Call me sometime.
All right. All right. Take care, Coach. See you later.
See you, buddy.
All right, bye.